Hey besties, welcome to my channel. Today we're recreating 4 viral recipes that broke the internet. I'm going to recreate them, try it out, and we're going to be rating it. I'll tell you if they're worth the calories or not, okay? And I was surprised by the last recipe, which turned out to be my favorite. Please don't forget to give this a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get to cooking. So besties, we're starting out with the most viral of all of these recipes, and it is the yellow plate puff puff. Okay, I just into a bowl, I put in some flour, brown sugar, milk, nutmeg, and yeast. I'm using dried yeast, but if you're using the other yeast, you have to put in some warm water, to get it kicking first. And when I've put all of this into my bowl, I'm going to put in a pinch of salt just to enhance all of the flavors. I'm going to put in some water. If you want the exact measurements for making puff puff, it is going to be linked in my description box. Then you're just going to give it a good whisk. You can use a whisk like this, or you can use your hand till you get this consistency. You want to also keep it somewhere that is airtight and warm, and allow it to foolproof for an hour, and then you put in some oil and then you fry. Don't talk about my puff puff that is not round though. By the time I was frying like the second batch, I'd already gotten a hang of it. So when you're done frying your puff puff and it looks something like this, you're just going to take it out of the oil, okay, and then you're going to allow it to cool down properly. So now we're making the viral bit. Look at how beautiful my puff puff looks and round. So yeah, when it's cooled down properly, you're just going to take a spoon of powdered milk and dust it all over your puff puff. You want to make sure it goes through everywhere. And when you're done getting it all over, you're just going to be putting in your condensed milk. Notice that you're supposed to put in crushed Oreos, or if you don't have Oreos, you can also use Oreos. But I totally forgot that when I was getting stuff for this recipe, and there was no way around to get it. I rate this a 5.5/10 because it is really sweet for me. Now to the second recipe. We're making brown sugar grilled cheese toast. If you know me, you know that I love a salty sweet combo. I always feel like it's just perfect. Okay, so to my room temperature butter, I added in some brown sugar. You want to put equal parts of sugar and butter, and then you're just going to fold it in together. Make sure everything is properly combined. When it looks like this, it is ready. Okay, I'm just giving it a nice toss to make sure everything is properly combined. You're just going to get in your white bread and spread it generously on your bread. That's the butter and sugar mix. Yeah, you're just going to spread it very generously on your bread, and then you put that side down on a pan. Put in your cheese, going with ham or sausages or whatever you have. I'm also adding in another type of cheese, which is cheddar cheese. I first went in with mozzarella, and when I'm done, I'm just going to butter the other side of another bread and put it on top. Then when it is already caramelized below, I'm just going to flip it. Look at how delicious it is already looking. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure the other side coats very evenly too. And when it's like that, I'm just going to take it out of the heat, and I'm just going to repeat the process for as many times as I want. I enjoyed this. I'm going to rate it a 7.4. It was salty, it was sweet, it was meaty, it was cheesy. So yeah, now we're going to the breakfast wrap. Okay, I'm using some tomatoes. I'm going to also be slicing up some purple onions, and then I'm just going to slice in some scotch bonnet for heat. I'm going to crack some eggs open. If you want to crack your eggs without getting any of those little bits into it, just use the sharp end of a knife and give it a clean cut at once, and everything will just come without the fragments into it. Okay, you're going to whisk your egg properly, and when you're done whisking your egg properly, you're just going to go to your pan, add in some oil, allow it to heat up. I also added in some sausages so it can give my wrap some bulk, and I'm going to put in seasoning cubes, and I'm just going to allow this fry for 10 to 15 minutes so that my tomatoes and all of that is properly fried. And I'm going to give it a nice stir so that everything is just properly combined. After 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to add in my whisked eggs, and I'm going to allow this to sit for a minute or two. When I see it's already properly formed, I'm going to add in my flatbread. Okay, when I've put it in, I'm just going to give it another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to get a flat plate and flip it, and voila, your breakfast wrap is ready. I like this because it's easy for a go-to morning, a busy morning. Okay, it was filling, it was delicious, and yeah, I rate this a 6.9. It's kind of boring. And for the recipe that really had me the chokehold, it was this frozen shaved ice. I never expected it to be this good. You just need frozen fruits, a grater, and then some condensed milk. If you don't want to use some condensed milk, you can also use Greek yogurt. Don't forget to like and follow for more. Bye.